welcome back to my channel. As promised, I'm here with my Krigler house review. You requested this video, so I'm bringing it to you. I'm going to review about 5 to 6 Krigler perfumes. Krigler is a very exclusive, very luxury, opulent fragrance house, you guys. As you know, recently I purchased 2 full bottles of Krigler fragrances. I bought Lovely Patchouli and Abrakaadabra. Now I'm also going to review a few more Krigler perfumes. So I have, I think, about 5 today. If you want to hear my thoughts on this amazing luxury fragrance house, just keep watching. So I'm going to start with the 2 full bottles that I purchased for my birthday during my birthday shopping spree in New York City. I will link that vlog up here and down in the description box. That was a long vlog, so I have 2 parts, part 1 and part 2. I will link them up there and down in the description box. So these are the 2 that I purchased for my birthday. This one is Lovely Patchouli 55 Night, which is a little stronger than even the original Lovely Patchouli 55. And then this one is Abrakaadabra by Krigler. So I have 2 here, and I also have more Krigler fragrances here in samples that I'm also going to review for you guys. So let's start with Lovely Patchouli 55 Night. So guys, I was there at the Krigler boutique in the Plaza Hotel in New York, and the sales associates there were amazing. I wanted to buy Lovely Patchouli, but she said, "Have you tried Lovely Patchouli Night?" I said, "No, I would love to." And then I sniffed the original and the night version, and this version right here, Lovely Patchouli 55 Night, is more concentrated. Like, this is the Intense version of the original Lovely Patchouli 55 in my understanding. She said the oil concentration of this one is high, above 25%. Usually that's going into the, you know, Eau de Parfum Intense level, you know what I mean, the intense level. I don't think this is quite Extrait de Parfum, but this is, I think, Eau de Parfum Intense level. I think that's what Lovely Patchouli Night is. It smells more intense than the original, smells very much like the original, but a little bit more intense. By the way, you guys, I unboxed these fragrances along with all my other birthday haul stuff in my birthday haul video. I will link that also up there and down in the description box. Check that out if you want to see how I unbox these in that video, along with, you know, other things I bought like Manolos and Christian Louboutin, so on and so forth. But anyway, so this is what the bottle looks like for the Lovely Patchouli 55 Night, and I'm gonna open it right now, and here she is. It's just beautiful. I love the bottle, actually. It's quite classic. I love the little ribbon there. And look at that juice color. You can definitely tell this one is a very ambery and patchouli type fragrance. I mean, the juice color is very much amber, so definitely I can already tell without smelling this that this obviously has patchouli. It's in the name, but also amber, like a big dose of amber, just by the juice color. So let's get my nose on it again. I already know how this smells. Oh my goodness, it's divine, but let me smell it again to refresh my memory. Ooh, you guys, this fragrance is divine, divine. I actually like it even more than Abrakaadabra here, which I will talk about in a minute after this. I actually thought I would like Abrakaadabra more than Lovely Patchouli, just looking at the fragrance notes, but boy, there's something about this one that's just beautiful. So I'm going to actually spray it on my skin, because there's no way I'm going to spray it on a plotter card, because I want this stuff on my skin, you guys. you guys, this scent, especially this night version of Lovely Patchouli 55, is just stunning. This is a very kind of sweet, spicy, ambery scent. That's really, right away you can tell that it's a very sweet, slightly spicy, very ambery kind of fragrance. There's a lot of vanilla in here. There's sweetness from vanilla in here that you can smell right away with that beautiful woody notes and the patchouli in there. The patchouli in here is a very clean, very nice kind of patchouli, you know? Beautiful. There's something very fruity about this fragrance too, like in the opening especially. And then there is that big dose of amber, you guys. There's a very big dose of amber. Amber is a resinous note that has a bit of a gourmand twist to it. It smells a little gourmand, but it's a resin, if that makes sense. So amber with that slight gourmand, you know, twist with that big dose of vanilla, you guys. It smells divine. And there's musk, a good dose of musk that gives this a bit of a sexiness, a bit of an edge, if you will. That sweetness with the amber, like the vanilla sweetness mixed with the amber sort of resinous gourmand touch with that musk edge and the woody notes and the patchouli. It's just divine, you guys. There's something so boozy about this fragrance too. I'm pretty sure there's a boozy note in here, you guys, that they have not revealed in the notes. I am almost 95% sure there is some kind of booze note in here. It smells a little bit like cognac. When you first spray it on, you get this beautiful like vanilla and ambery kind of gourmand sweetness, and then you also get that booziness, you know, with it. So it's got a definite booziness, especially in the opening, and I'm assuming in the opening they have some kind of boozy note that they have not revealed in the notes. My guess would be cognac, you know. It smells like, I would say it's cognac. Yeah, although it's not revealed in the notes, I'm quite positive there's some kind of boozy note in this fragrance. Some fragrance houses don't like to reveal their secrets, you guys. They don't actually publish all of the fragrance notes. That's really the case with this one. There is definitely a boozy note in here. It's definitely very sweet. It's woody, it's ambery, it's slightly spicy. So there are some spicy notes in here that they have not revealed as well. To me, it smells a little bit like, I would say there's some kind of cinnamon type spice in here. As it dries down, you can smell that very clean, nice, clean patchouli. Not the, you know, like the take your nose out kind of patchouli, but the very refined kind of patchouli mixed in with that boozy note. It smells very refined. So on the dry down, you start to smell the woody notes more, and then you smell the patchouli. That's very clean, sweet kind of patchouli with that sweet notes in there. The patchouli is kind of nicely blended with the vanilla, with the amber and all that. It's not like in your face kind of patchouli, you know what I'm saying? Patchouli is kind of woody-ish, so it really complements the woody notes in here. You know, patchouli has an earthiness about it, the slight little bit of a woodiness about it. So it really complements the woody notes in here as well. And there are some beautiful woody notes in here. It dries down beautiful. Again, you smell the patchouli and the woody notes more on the dry down. Just a stunning fragrance. I have not worn it enough to give you guys a full review of projection and sillage. I hope that this has amazing longevity and sillage, you guys. The projection is quite decent. Yeah, I wouldn't say it's in beast mode. It's kind of moderate projection, which is fine by me. But I do need it to last long and have amazing sillage for the price This puppy right here, you guys, is like $595, something like that. I forget how much I paid for it now. This is a 50 ml bottle and it was like over $500. Same with Abrakaadabra. I really hope that it lasts and it has amazing sillage. The projection is good. Nice moderate projection. I will try to wear this at least one day before I edit this video, you guys, and I will let you know up here if I do get to do a wear test at least one full day. So as I said, this one is stronger and more intense than the original Lovely Patchouli 55. This one seemed to be a little bit more concentrated, more like the Eau de Parfum Intense kind of strength, you know, potency. I remember it was definitely more strong than the original, which is why I bought Lovely Patchouli 55 Night. So yeah, this is Lovely Patchouli 55 Night by Krigler. So next I have the other full bottle I bought at the Krigler boutique. This is Abrakaadabra 221. Same packaging. I bought the same size. Now the juice color of this one is lighter. It's a little bit more see-through. It's kind of, you know, like light yellow kind of juice. Now this one's beautiful too, you guys. Now I'm gonna spray this one on my other arm because I'm not spraying it on a blotter card. This one is beautiful in a whole different way. But I gotta tell you, my favorite is Lovely Patchouli 55 Night. This one is just stunning too. Very unique, you guys. That's the thing about these kinds of houses that are very exclusive and niche and luxury, because you know not very many people are going to smell like you, right? I can almost guarantee you, if I go to a function tonight, I'm probably going to be the only person wearing this fragrance, period. So that's why you pay the high price, you guys. I mean, do I still think it's overpriced at over $500, $590 something? I forget what I paid. Yeah, I do. I think it's still more than what a fragrance should cost, but you know what? The quality is there. I believe this one is a Eau de Parfum concentration, not Eau de Parfum Intense. It's not an intense one. This one is a very warm, floral and spicy scent, you guys. Very warm, I would say. Very floral and a little bit spicy. This one has like a little bit of a spicy zing. It's from the pepper that's in here. This one has aldehydes. You guys know how aldehydes smell, that distinct particular type of fragrance note that you definitely can tell aldehydes apart, because nothing smells like aldehyde. For example, Woman in Gold, Kilian Woman in Gold has aldehydes. This one has a little bit of citrus from the bergamot. There's aldehydes both in the opening, I believe. And this one has some beautiful flowers like Lily of the Valley, which by the way is one of my favorite florals, one of my favorite white florals. And it has hawthorn, which I think is also beautiful in fragrances, especially very, you know, gives it a very unique touch. And this one has sandalwood. There's vanilla and tonka bean, so it's very like vanilla like, you know, there's that deep vanilla from the tonka bean, and then that's intensified by the vanilla. It also has white musk with the little bit of a sexy edge. So yeah, this is a very much an aldehydic, floral, spicy, warm kind of fragrance. The woody note in here, sandalwood, gives it that, again, adds to that warm coziness about this fragrance. There's that spicy zing from pepper, I told you, but it's very subtle. It's not like bam, you know, hit you in the face kind of thing. Same with the aldehydes. Aldehydes can be a little bit in your face, but not in here. It's very pleasant, it's very beautiful. Aldehydes, actually, I like aldehydes. Something about the aldehydes, it's very much like a bright, It reminds me of the sun, really, you know, aldehyde the note. I love the hawthorn and lily of the valley in here as well, you guys. It's stunning. That sandalwood and white musk are great base notes in this fragrance. Gives it like an edge at the same time. It's some kind of sort of cozy creaminess to the fragrance at the same time. Now I'm smelling Lovely Patchouli 55, and it's developed a little bit more, and now it's very much kind of woody on my skin, that Lovely Patchouli 55, but I can still smell the sweetness. And here Abrakaadabra is now also developing a little bit more, and now I'm smelling that white musk quite a bit, and I smell the sandalwood, I smell the tonka bean, the vanilla. Very, very nice. Like on the dry down, I would say it's very much like sweet from the vanilla tonka bean. At the same time, it's very creamy and sensual from the sandalwood. Beautiful fragrance, you guys. The projection is quite nice. Actually, what would I say? I would say they have about similar projection, moderate to a little bit more than moderate, but I would say mostly moderate. Again, I will wear Abrakaadabra 2 for a whole day before I edit this video and try to let you guys know up there how the longevity was and sillage was on Abrakaadabra. Oh, beautiful. My arms smell heavenly, you guys. When I was at the Krigler boutique, the SA had me sniff several fragrances other than the 2 I bought already. So one of the ones she had me test was Cognac 66, and I loved it in the store. If you want to check out my whole buying experience at Krigler, check out my vlog. I linked up there and down in the description box. So right here we have Established Cognac 66 right here. I have the sample in this lovely little pouch. Let me test this one out. This is Established Cognac 66. So let's test her out. Oh my goodness, you guys. I just got a big whiff of it. I remember loving this in the boutique. This one is beautiful. This one, I would say, is very, very beautiful, but very much unisex at the same time. There's something very woody about this fragrance. Very, very woody, and it's very sweet as well. It's very much a spicy, sweet, woody fragrance. Very woody, very sweet, and slightly spicy. Those are the 3 accords that I'm getting the most. This one is definitely a boozy one, you guys. Cognac is in the name, literally. So obviously there's a cognac note in here. It's got a very much a sweet booziness about it. There's the booziness from cognac that smells divine, divine if you ask me. This has an apple note, you guys, that gives it this beautiful fruity touch. And there's cedarwood. That apple and cedarwood marry so well together. There's oak in here too. So as you can see, it's quite woody. There's cedar and oak with that apple. They really complement apple. Apple complements the 2 woody notes super well. And then there is also patchouli. But you know what, you guys? There is definitely a sweet note in here that they haven't listed. I would say some kind of gourmand note. Like I'm thinking like caramel, or could be vanilla. It could be like sugarcane. I don't know. There is definitely a sweet note in here that goes super well with the woody notes and the spicy notes that's in here. I smell some like a different kind of floral that smells kind of like a floral like marigold, you know? But it's definitely very boozy because it's Established Cognac 66. The name says it right there. There is a cognac note in here with the booziness. It's very woody from the cedarwood and the oak, and that, you know, red apple kind of adds that beautiful, you know, touch. You know, the apple is like a nice fruity note for this type of fragrance. And then there's definitely some florals like maybe marigold or something weird like that. Yeah, I like it. I really, really, really like this one. Established Cognac 66. This was one of them that I sniffed at the boutique that I really liked. So my next purchase is probably going to be this one. And the next one I have is Emeraude Noir 77. So this one is also nicely wrapped. Let me get it out first. So this is Emeraude Noir 77. Let me try this one. I don't think I got my nose on this at the boutique, but let me try it now. This one is stunning, but it's going to be really stunning on a man, I really think. This is very much a unisex one. Don't get me wrong, women can wear this. I would like a man to smell like this. This is very woody, which seems to be a theme, you know, with the Kriglers that I smelled so far. It is definitely very sweet. It's a little bit floral. The woody note in here, I would say leans slightly masculine, but I tell you, this is very much a unisex fragrance as well. It is quite sweet. It is a little bit spicy and it's floral. So that's what I pick up the most. So this has nutmeg and pepper. Obviously, that's what I'm smelling, the spicy hint. And it's got bergamot, I believe, in the opening too, with a little bit of a zing. There's patchouli, there's amber, with the little bit of that resinous gourmand touch. And that has also labdanum, which tends to have a little bit of a leather hint, you know, smells a little bit like leather, which adds this very kind of luxurious touch to fragrances. And then there's a huge dose of vanilla, which makes this kind of sweet. And there are some floral notes that they have not revealed in here. I'm picking up a floral, one or two florals in here. If you ask me, there is a little bit of a powdery hint too. It could be a powdery leaning white floral, or it could be a purple blue powdery floral. Yeah, but I am smelling something floralish. Could be violet. Next I have Kabarett Krigler 216 right here. So it's also in this beautiful little pouch. So let me get my nose on this one, you guys. Oh, this one's powdery. There's a freshness about it. It is a little bit powdery. It's a very fresh, sweet, warm, woody kind of scent. There's a freshness about it right off the bat. As soon as you spray it, you get that freshness. It's very much more fresh than any of the other ones that I just sniffed. And I was right, you guys. Oh my God, my nose is so good now, you guys. I can pick out notes like this, you know. I was right. I said this one was powdery. Right off the bat, there's a freshness to it. There's a powderiness to it. About this fragrance, very much a powderiness to it. And I knew there were blue, purple flowers in here. So pretty much all of the blue, purple, powdery, floral notes are in here, you guys. There's lilac, there's iris, there's violet, and heliotrope. I mean, talk about powdery, right? Very, very much a powdery scent. It's a very like fresh, sweet, powdery, warm, woody kind of scent. So like I said, this has lilac, iris, heliotrope, and violet. And this has bergamot with the freshness, which is where you get that freshness from. I think a bigger dose of bergamot than the other ones I sniffed. And then this also has, adding to the bergamot, there's mandarin orange, so that makes sense. So there's a bigger dose of freshness in here than the other ones, because the other ones only had bergamot, but this has bergamot and mandarin. And this also has a beautiful bunch of white and yellow florals, you guys. It's very much, I would say, a feminine leaning fragrance. This one right here, more than any of the other ones I sniffed. Everything else I've sniffed, I would say they're unisex, but this one leans very much, I would say, feminine, with the powdery notes and the, you know, white florals and everything. Not that there aren't powdery notes and floral notes in men's fragrances, you guys, but this one leans very feminine with the composition all blended together. So like I said, there are some beautiful white and yellow florals. There's tuberose, there's neroli, and there's ylang ylang, which is a beautiful yellow floral. Tuberose is, you know, that white floral that's really creamy and almost sweet. Love it. Neroli has it's kind of like a citrusy white floral, you know, has a little citrus edge to it. This also has saffron, cedarwood, and sandalwood. So now those three notes tend to be kind of unisex notes, right? Like I would say saffron gives fragrances a little bit of a masculine hint. Cedarwood, same thing, although sandalwood you find in many women's fragrances as well. You know, you also find cedarwood. You know what I'm saying, all three of them together. But again, I would say overall this smells quite feminine to my nose because it's very powdery, very sweet, powdery kind of scent, which traditionally, you know, when a fragrance is super powdery, it tends to lean feminine. So you guys, what do I like most? Well, obviously I bought these two, Abrakaadabra and Lovely Patchouli Night, because I love them. I love them. I already told you that I like Lovely Patchouli 55 more than Abrakaadabra, but only slightly more. They're both super amazing. Obviously I like these two the most. But out of the three new fragrances that I smelled, I have actually, turns out she had given me 2 samples of the 2 I already bought too. So I had 3 fragrances other than the 2 full bottles that I reviewed for you guys. I already love these 2 the most, Lovely Patchouli 55 Night, Abrakaadabra. Usually you guys, I tend to like feminine leaning fragrances more. But surprisingly in this case, out of the 3 that I actually smelled, my least favorite is actually the feminine leaning one, which is Kabarett Krigler 216. So that one was my least favorite, but I gotta tell you, it's amazing too. With Krigler fragrances, from what I can tell you guys, there's no such thing as, oh, I don't like that, that's horrible. No, that's probably not going to happen. So when I say this is my least favorite, I don't mean this is bad. I still love this. I would still love to get it. But since they're super luxe expensive fragrances, would this be the first one I buy next? Probably not. So this one, the more feminine leaning, very powdery kind of scent, which is Kabarett Krigler 216, that was my least favorite. The next favorite was, I would say, Emeraude Noir 77, which was very kind of unisex type fragrance. It was very strongly woody fragrance. That doesn't necessarily mean that it's super masculine. It's, I would say, sat right on the fence, you know, maybe slightly leaning masculine, but not by much. It was very much a sweet, woody, spicy fragrance. So that's my next favorite. 216 on the bottom, this one, the next one up. And my favorite out of the 3 that I don't have full bottles for would be the Established Cognac 66. This one, you guys, I would say most likely will be my next purchase from Krigler, the Established Cognac 66. I really like this one the most. It's very kind of, you know, like, it has like this edible kind of quality. It's very sweet, very sensual. Just really love the way it smells. I love the booziness in there with the cognac. Beautiful. There's a sweetness about it that's just stunning with the tonka bean and the vanilla. So yeah, love this one. So that's going to be my next purchase. So how do I rank them? This is how it goes. I would say Lovely Patchouli, and then Abrakaadabra, and then Established Cognac 66, and then I have Emeraude Noir 77, and lastly I have Kabarett Krigler 216. So that's the order in which I would put them. So you guys, that's my Krigler house review. Many of my subbies requested this video after seeing my New York birthday haul. Please let me know if you purchased any Krigler fragrances. If you have, let me know what they are and what your thoughts on it. or if you've even sniffed any samples of it, just let me know. I would love to know your thoughts. This is a house that I'm really very thoroughly in love with, you guys. And by the way, while I was at the Krigler boutique, the ladies there, the sales associates, were telling me that famous figures from our history like JFK and Hemingway, people like that wore Krigler, you guys. So this house was established a long time ago. It is a luxury, opulent fragrance house. I am fast falling in love with this fragrance house, and I'm glad I explored it and I bought my first Krigler fragrances, and I will be purchasing more. I'll be getting my nose on more of them. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please don't forget to give it a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and ring that notification bell so YouTube can notify you every time I upload. That way you don't miss any of my videos. And please don't forget to follow me on Instagram, you guys. That's where I announced everything. Like the giveaway winners, I had already announced on Instagram before I announced it right here. And I have a lot of personal updates, and I post my fragrances as I buy them on Instagram. So I do a lot of fun stuff. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you guys in my next video.